Though many top US players see Carmine as a low-tier character, Carmine definitely exploits a lack of knowledge. Knowing what the real setups are and when you can actually punish or interrupt Carmine is key to beating him. On the ground, Carmine can use 6BB to get frame advantage. And in the air, Carmine can use jump 6BB to cancel into pinwheel and block. The main way to mitigate this option is if Carmine uses a jumping normal to properly space his jumping 6BB. The jumping normal can be shielded and Carmine is locked out of subsequent air options. Raw jumping 6BB into pinwheel is a reliable way for Carmine to apply pressure though. Carmine's mix-up relies heavily on rotating between pinwheels and bombs to continue pressure. The pinwheel normally has a gap that can be taken advantage of in neutral. The increased version of bomb can be interrupted, but without increase it must be shielded to punish. Once the bomb is placed, Carmine no longer has access to that button until he releases the button with negative edge to release the bomb. This can be made more effective if players can rotate between negative edging with B and C, as those buttons count as the same held button. Where these two options become deadly is once Carmine sets up Oki after Blood Prison. Carmine sets up 2 bombs, then uses a meaty pinwheel to begin his mix. Carmine then gets the opportunity to fully utilize his mix-up while being completely covered until the 2 bombs have gone off. Additionally, bad shields can be very easily recognized and thrown. The best way to deal with this mix-up is a well-timed guard thrust. Also, recognizing when to use an invincible reversal is key. If no opportunity arises, recognize how effective blocking can be. Carmine uses a lot of his own health to continue his mix-up off of this scenario. A typical corner combo into Blood Prison leads to Carmine using about 30% of his own health in order to keep you pinned. Thus, the old adage that defense doesn't win you games is not actually true when playing against Carmine. If Carmine himself touches you, Carmine's DP is very negative on block. However, if Puddle is placed and hits you, the DP is very frame advantageous. If both Carmine's hitbox and the Puddle hitbox hit you, frame data is determined based on which hits first, which is most likely Carmine himself. Even though 2-2A is +1, Carmine does not have any 5-frame normals, so most characters are even and will trade after blocking. Most of where Carmine is lacking as a character comes from his neutral. Though UNICLR buffed anti-airs and nerfed dives overall, Carmine still has trouble dealing with air approaches. He has no invincible anti-airs, so they must be well-timed. Be aware that this does not mean Carmine struggles with airborne characters. Useria and Batista, attempting to zone from the air, are susceptible to 2-2C for a free setup. Additionally, Carmine does not have good rebeats. Moreover, many whiff moves for Carmine means that he is very susceptible to whiff punishes. 5C, 2C, and 3C all linger for over 30 frames for a whiff punish. Carmine does not have a 5-frame normal, which hurts his ability to punish or quickly contest characters. With knowledge, I think every character has the ability to beat Carmine. His most advantageous matchups are against characters without good invincible reversals, such as Hilda and Chaos. Every other character can exploit gaps in this mix-up game very well. Additionally, with good enough defense, all characters are better than Carmine at timeout situations. Thus, stalling becomes a more viable option to defeat Carmine than many other characters. If you have any additional information, feel free to provide tips and feedback in the comments.